Hey everybody, just got this in the mail. What it is below this bubble wrap is the 1985 Topps baseball box, and I just got it from Baseball Cards Exchange. Man, that box really looks good and everything like that. I've seen some of these boxes I've been tracking these for some time and everything like that. And I've been wanting to open this for probably about 36 years. The significance of the 1985 Topps to me is this was the first year I started collecting cards. And Topps last year, they commemorated the 35th anniversary of it. And they put their version of the current players in the 1985 design, and that really got me wanting to kind of see about opening the old stuff and everything. So I bought me one finally. I got it from the Baseball Card Exchange, and everybody knows quite a bit about it. It's got a lot of the stars of that time. You know, Doc Gooden, who was the Rookie of the Year that year, Keith Hernandez, Ryan Sandberg, and Dave Winfield. So, hey, without further ado, let's get this thing opened up and let's see what we got in it and stuff. I'm really excited about this. 1985, the set was really, back when I was a kid collecting, it was there was a lot of big-time rookies in this set. You already saw one of them, which was Dwight Gooden. There was also Roger Clemens. And there was also a little specialty cards from the commemorated the 1984 Olympic team. It wasn't necessarily Mark McGwire's first team card with the Oakland Athletics, but it was his first baseball card with Topps, and he was on the United States baseball team. Just looking at the packs there, I'm just kind of excited. Man, I haven't opened up a legitimate wax pack with bubble gum in many, many years and stuff like that. So I can feel the gum right there. So let's see what we got. Let's see if we can get anything good or anything like that. I know that there's going to be potential wax damage and everything on these cards because they're 36 years old, but we'll take our chances. All right. And there's the bubble gum. I may try that. That actually looks pretty okay and stuff like that. So let's see what we got. There's the gum stain. And it looks like it's on a Mike Boddicker card, so that's not too bad. So let's go and see what we got here. Fred Brenning. They had these father and sons right here of Dave Steinhaus and Mike Steinhaus. Pat Sheridan, Greg Walker, Sid Breen, Joe Morgan, the Hall of Famer, who recently passed away with the Oakland Athletics. Mike Boddicker, the gum stain. The little game that they played. See if I can turn that in, see if they'll give that back to me. John Wathan, Don Sutton, another Hall of Famer that recently passed away. And Mullins, Tim Raines, the Hall of Famer. It's a little chippy up there. We're going to be inspecting the condition of it and stuff like that. That one just has a little print and something there. Andre Robertson and Al Nipper right there. But yeah, this is really exciting for me. Like I said, I opened up a lot of this stuff as a 7-year-old kid growing up, getting into the hobby. It was a lot of fun. I wish I had some of these cards when I was younger. And I wish I was able to hold on to them and take better care of them, but that's my 43-year-old self telling my 7-year-old self that, though. Bill Campbell, Jack Lazorko, Ernie Camacho, Mookie Wilson, Doug Flynn, Ron Hassey, Bob Baylor. There's a little gum saturation on that, and that's to be expected. Well, let's just hope that's not any of the big-time players or anything like that. Bert Hooton, Joe Altobelli, the manager, Wayne Tolson, Jim Rice. Jim Rice, the mainstay for the Red Sox for many years. Jorge Orta, I think that's what that is. Dave Stapleton and Todd Cruz. So, and the 1985 cards reflect the stats on the 1984 baseball season. And some of the things that happened in 1984 were the Detroit Tigers won it all. The Detroit Tigers won it all that year. They played the San Diego Padres, Steve Garvey and stuff. And let me get them flipped over here. I'll just put those little game cards there. And here's what I was talking about, the Team USA. Here's my first Team USA, and I think there's actually going to be two because I saw another one. This is Mike Dunn. I think he ended up playing for the Pirates. Tony Pena, one of my favorites. And there's Eric Davis. He was one of the big players back in that day. Eric Davis, this is one of the big rookies of the set for that matter and stuff. He was going to be the next coming of Willie Mays and stuff, but his career got kind of derailed by injuries and stuff, but he had a solid career just the same. But Eric Davis right there. And there's John Hoover, the other Team USA. Looking for, like I said, Mark McGwire on that. Tim Simmons, I think he got recently inducted in the Hall of Fame as a catcher. Carney Lansford, Milt Wilcox, Damaso Garcia, Gary Pettis, Jim Esiason, and Mark Hargrove, the human rain delay, and Wally Backman. All right, pack number 4. There's no assurances that we're going to get all the cards because you're only going to get 500 some odd cards, and there were 792 cards this season, and you just don't know what you're going to get. So that's the exciting thing about it. Jim Dwyer, Rick Sutcliffe, Big Red, right there. I think that was his first season with the Cubbies. Yeah, he was instrumental in the Cubbies going to the NL playoffs there that year. I'm a Cubs fan. Gary Maddox, Checklist. There's something. Doug Raider. Yeah, Doug Raider. Ernie Witt, Junior Ortiz, Rick Leach, Von Hayes, Bill Kruger, Broderick Perkins, and Willie Upshaw. Now that we're off that top level there, I'm kind of thinking that we might get some cards that may not be quite as weathered. They're tight and stuff, but you can kind of tell they were just right on top and maybe faded a little bit and stuff. All right. Okay. All right. See a double already. There's Ron Hassey, Bob Baylor again, Jeff Reardon. There's Ricky All-Star, Ricky Henderson All-Star, excuse me. And here's there it is. All right, let's inspect it real quick. Wow. Well, that looks pretty good right there. That's a Mark McGwire rookie card right there. Wow, I never pulled one of those when I was a kid. That's it. Wow. Let's see here. That looks pretty good there. I don't know. You guys who are good at grading and stuff, y'all can probably tell that. That just looks like it can be kind of folded over. I don't know. But the centering actually looks pretty legit on that. I don't know, man. I've never opened that. I'm going to have to take good care of that. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to put this over here on this little crossword puzzle here. Or, excuse me, jigsaw puzzle. That's pretty neat. Moving on, though. Jeff Burrows, Bobby Grinch, Gary Reedus, Ken Griffey. I remember watching a break with somebody else who broke some 1985, and they thought that was Ken Griffey, who played junior or something. I thought it was the craziest thing. He wasn't even playing yet. Ron Oster, Rich Gedman, Chet Lemon, and Bob Watson. So, moving right along. That was pretty cool to get that McGwire like that. I saw some guys, they waited almost until 3/4 of the box before they got it and stuff, and it get kind of nerve-wracking. Man, that's Mario Soto, and you can feel that gum sitting on there for that many years doing a number on that card, though. Get that out of there. All right. John Montefusco, Al Williams, Floyd Bannister, Cal Ripken Jr. All-Star, Hall of Famer, on top of that. Some of these are kind of sluggish a little bit. Mike Krukow, Jackie Moore, Billy Gardner, Mike Scott. He was really coming into his own about this time because he developed the split finger fastball and everything like that. He had some pretty good years about 2 years later. Jim Wolford, Craig Reynolds, and Mike Pagliarulo. I remember he was kind of a big-time guy for a second, and he was kind of tandemed up there with Mattingly, excuse me. All right. Now, there's other guys like Kirby Puckett as well. Kirby Puckett and some other guys we could be looking for as well. There's Odell McDowell. Very unique name. He'd end up playing for the Rangers for a bit, a couple of other guys and stuff. Odell McDowell, Team USA. Vern Rule, Dan Spillner, Don August, Ed Whitson, Tom Verizor, Vance Law, Mark Langston, Richie Hebner, Dwayne Copper, Jerry Humphreys, Eric Schau, gave up Pete Rose's hit, Ron Kittle, and Mike Heath. We're going to find us a nice safe keeping place. This is really neat to do. This is one of them kind of bucket list openings for me a little bit. This is kind of a bucket list opening for me. All right. Pete Falcone, John Rabb, Jim Beatty. There's Yogi and Del Bear father-son card. I remember having that one as a little kid. Dan Quisenberry, the Submariner. Brett Saberhagen. This is his rookie card. It feels gummy. No, that was Jeff Russell, thank goodness. That's Saberhagen, who was instrumental in the '85 Royals winning the World Series the following year and stuff. So, actually, this card was out when they won it, for that matter. Fred Lynn, Bo Diaz, Fernando Valenzuela, Joe Lefebvre, Eddie Milner, Rich Dower, and Johnny LeMaster. I think we're, about 8 packs in? About 8 packs in. I think there's 36 total. So we've got some cracking still left to do. There's Dennis Oil Can Boyd. Bill Gullickson. Dan Ford. Kurt Kaufman. Luis Sanchez. Dave Van Olen. Little thing there. Willie McGee. He was a good ball player during his day. Those Cardinals were exciting during that time as well. Steve McCaddy. Lamar Hoyt. Kelvin Chapman. Bill Allman. Hubie Brooks. Gary Lavelle, and Scott McGregor. Just make stacks upon stacks upon stacks. Yeah, I had this waiting on me. I was working today, and I was like, I couldn't wait for this. I couldn't wait to get back off of work today to open this stuff up. All right. There's something flipped in there, not quite. Jim Slatton. There's Tony Armas, All-Star. He also, I think, was a player for the A's. Candyman John Candelaria, Rufino Linares, Mark Clear. There's Jim Gott on the gum card. Dave Engel. There's Donnie Baseball right there. This is his second year card right here. It looks good too. Looks real nice. I mean, that looks really good right there. I mean, that's good. That might be a 10 right there. It looks like it's got decent centering. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, you people that get stuff graded, I'm going to probably try my hand at grading and stuff, but that's a sharp-looking card of Donnie Baseball. Terry Whitfield, Dave Bergman, Tom Nieto, Dan Petrie, and Mike Steinhaus. So we're seeing a lot of the big names coming through right now. It's been a good box so far. Really good box. Whoa, wax pack. Wow, man. Nothing like wax pack. There's a record breaker in there. Let me get that card out of there. Jesse Orozco, Mike Scioscia, Darnell Brown, Alan Trammell, John Butcher, Jim Sundberg, Brian Dayette, Omar Marino, used to play for the Pirates, Marvis Foley, Manny Trio, played for the Cubs later. There's Joe Morgan again, a record breaker. Checklist, Mark Bruhard, Jerry Willard, and there's somebody stuck here. Nolan Ryan. Ooh, that kind of sucks. Nolan Ryan, record breaker, gum stain. Yowza. I think that's pretty significant there. All right. Yes, and I am pretty curious about opening up and trying the bubble gum once. There's another bad gum stain. It's of Doug Flynn. But let's see here. Let's get everybody flipped and correct, and we'll get the little game card out. Oops. Oh, well, there was the Rookie of the Year right there, Alvin Davis. He was the AL Rookie of the Year that year. Alvin Davis, Mr. Mariner. Let me get this correct here, sorry. Doug Flynn, Mike Warren, Mark Huseman, Daryl Sconeers, Jeff Robinson, Mike Brown, seen him already, I believe. Doug Corbett, Tom Foley, George Brett. There's George Brett. I never had this card. I remember not having this card right here. George Brett. Longtime mainstay. They would win the series, like I said, the following year with Saberhagen and the sort. Bob Boone, Steve Henderson, and Tom Pachork. I remember Tom Pachork used to call White Sox games when I was a kid. I think it was Tom Pachork. Okay, there we go. See a Hall of Famer right off the bat. We'll see him here shortly. Ron Reed, Jamie Kokenauer. Let's see here. He lived in Little Rock. He was a lawyer, I think, and that's why he did that. Dan Schatzeder, Orlando Mercado, Darryl Strawberry, draft pick card from 1980. Pretty neat card. Dale Murphy probably needs to be in the Hall of Fame. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why he's not in the Hall of Fame, but Jerry Don Gleaton. There's the Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk, King Kong Dave Kingman, Bob Jones, Fran Mullins, Timmy Raines again, Albert Robertson. I can see the same kind of correlation. There's Lance Parrish with his Target mitt. Used to love that Target mitt. I dyed my catcher's mitt when I was a kid like his. I want to be just like Lance Parrish / Tony Payne when I was a kid. I was a catcher. All right. Looks like there is a USA card. This one is of Billy Swift. Willie Hernandez, who was the Cy Young Award winner and MVP in the AL the season, or these stats here. What would he do here? He saved 32 games, had a 1.92 ERA, and he was instrumental on that championship winning team. Damasio Garcias, Rick Rhoden, Warren Brewster with that wild man face. Al Jones. There's a little bit of cracking on these. There's Sparky. He's got some gum on him, though, it looks like. There's some gum. There's two cards that are being affected by the gum. Tom Bernansky, Alfredo Griffin, Gary Templeton, Dave Concepcion, Clay Christensen, Dave Anderson, Julio Cruz, and Andre Hawk Dawson before he was a Cub. Like I said, I'm a Cub fan. Moving right along. Move that out of the way. Okay. I think this is my third Mike Brown. Mike Brown, Al Oliver, Don Ossie, Juan Augusto, Pascual Perez, Bob Kearney. Who's on the gum? Kunkel. It's the father-son, Jeff Kunkel. Doug Frobel, Jose Cruz, Jeff Newman, Mike Young, Bobby Cox, Rick Lysander, Neil Allen, and Pat Zachary. I think we're getting about halfway there. All right. There's a lot of powdery substance. I don't know if that's residue from the gum or just the years of whatnot. Roy Smalley, Waddy Herzog, Gary Allison, Mike Witt, Ron Washington, Benny Stefano, Mark Gubiza. Dang, that sucks. Tony Armas, Floyd Rayford, Danny Heap, Steve Trout, Storm Davis, France Mullins, Chili Davis. Okay. Moving right along. Less commentary, more opening. Steve Trout and George Brett again. Enos Campbell, Mel Hall. He was kind of a creep in life. Keith Atherton. Billy Garner again. Mike Scott again. Louis Aguayo. Jim Wolford. Mike Fishland. Craig Reynolds. And there's somebody behind there. Mac Pagliarulo and U.L. Washington. Sands Toothpick. That gum doesn't look that bad, really. Oh, man, right there. Okay, I don't know where that was in the pack, but that's our boy Kirby Puckett right there. Let's look, make sure that's not a gum card. Was that a gum card? And I don't think it was. Good deal. There's Kirby Puckett right there. Okay. That looks like a pretty good card there. It's a little printing error right there. That might have affected if I was to get something like that grading. I think the centering is just a little bit off and stuff, but that's Kirby Puckett. Hall of Famer. I'm going to put that right there. He passed away way too soon. Greg Pryor, Marty Castillo, Mike Fitzgerald, Gary Gady, Rafael Ramirez, Dave Smith, Bob James, Bruce Suter, Rafael Santana, Brent Smith. Holy mackerel. That was a whammy right there. I got Kirby and Roger Clemens in there. Wow. Man, that one looks good. Wow. Folks, that's a pretty card right there. That is a real pretty card. So, man, we're doing pretty good here. I really wasn't expecting this kind of success with this box. I was like, whatever happened. But I really wasn't expecting that. Wow, and it got 2 and 1, so this has turned out pretty good. Rod Scurry and Richard Dotson. Folks, I'll just say this. I paid a pretty penny for this, and it's been well worth it, all said and done afterwards and stuff. Yeah, it's been really good. That's good. That was awesome. All right, so let's get it kind of turned around here. Get that out of there. Al Jones again. Sparky again, no gum. Mr. Al Davis again, or Alvin Davis. Mike Warren, Huseman, Sconiers, Jeff Robinson, I'll get that picked off later. Lee Tennell, Butch Weiniger, Rich Goose Gossage, Rick Mailer, Kiko Garcia, Ken Singleton, Gene Richards, and Dave Bergman. Oh man, I tell you, that's a pretty looking. That's a pretty good grouping of cards right there. I mean, that's a pretty good grouping right there, y'all. I'm more than pleased. More than pleased. I'll have to put those and get some one touches or something. Okay. Oh, there's Doc Gooden again. Man, what could have been there? That guy was a dominating force back in the day. You know, I should just set it aside just out of respect. It's not the card he used to be probably, but man, he was a heck of a ball player. Juan Samuel, Eckersley, John Franco rookie card, Greg Garber, Paul Mahler. Dang, Paul Mahler got the gum. I remember having that card as a kid. Whew, look at the cut on that. That's awful too. So it's double whammy on that. Ted Simmons, Carney Lansford, Milt Wilcox, Damaso Garcia, Gary Pettis, Jim Esiason, Human Rain Delay, and Wally Back. We've seen a couple of these cards already and stuff. So, wow. What's missing? I don't know if I'm missing any of the rookies. I think I've gotten a lot of the good ones. If I fetch out that Eric Davis out of there, I've got that as well. I haven't seen Nolan Ryan. I haven't seen Cal Ripken, so we'll wait and see. Greg Harris, Tony Dunbar, the Virgils, father, son, Ozzy and Ozzy, Steve Crawford, Bill Schrader, Tom Waddell. There is a gum of Marvin Wynn. I think his son ended up being a pretty good soccer player. Willie McGee, Steve McCaddy, Lamar Hoyt, Kellen Chapman, Allman, Hubie, Lavelle, Scott McGregor. Some of the same stuff's coming through and stuff. Yeah, this was a big deal to me to open cards. I can open up as many cards as I want to now, but man, it was a big deal to open up cards when you were a 7-year-old kid and stuff like that. If your mom and dad gave you some money or whatever the case may be. All right, Jerry Nairn, Frank DePino, Brad Leslie, Jeff Jones, Corey Schneider. He had a good career for a little bit with the Cleveland. Rick Manning, what is that? That's Jim Frey, former manager for the Cubs. Bob Shirley, Bobby Castillo, Hal McRae, Ken Schramm, Tom Herter, Reed Nichols, Davey Johnson, and Chris Chambliss. Okay. Oh. And it feels good to open this up with peace of mind, knowing it's been kind of authenticated and stuff and not searched. I've seen a lot of stuff on the internet, and you watch on YouTube, and it's like, man, that's pretty bad right there. You kind of tell that some of the stuff might have got searched or whatever. Bob Forrest, Kevin Gross, Darnell Cole, Larry Guerra, Dan Dreesen, Mike Armstrong, and somebody sticking, Charlie Moore, Bobby Grinch, Gary Reedus again, Ken Griffey again, Brett Burns again, Ron Ulster again, Rich Gedman, and Chet Lemon and Bob Watson. Who's to say we might end up pulling one of those big cards again? That would be something else. That really would be something else. But I'm not hoping for it. I'm not wishing for it. If it happens, so be it and stuff. I've already, like I said, this has already exceeded expectations for me. Rod Scurry, Jose Rijo. There's Billy Swift again, so who knows? There's Willie Hernandez, Damaso, Rick Roden, Willie Brewster, Doug DeSensei, Bob Clark, Wade Boggs. There we go. Wade Boggs. That's a good-looking card right there. I think that's his third-year card, maybe. What was that, third year? Yeah, I think so, third-year card. Bob Horner, John Lowenstein, and Carmen Castillo. All right. We have what looks to be about 9 packs left. I didn't think it would go this slow, but like I said, it probably heard me rambling too much about some of this stuff. Mike Norris. Seen some of his older cards. He was Mr. Cool with his glasses and stuff. Johnny Walkenfuss, Rick Ruschel, Tony Gwynn, Tommy John, Paul Mirabella, Ken Oberkfell, Don Baylor, Pat Corrales, Ron Hodges, Terry Poole, Bill Schroeder, Jeff Stone, Tony Fernandez, and Roy Howe. Pretty interesting story about Jeff Stone and stuff. I can't recall it, but he was just a kind of a raw prospect out of Mississippi and stuff. And, I just read a story about what he's doing with his life and everything like that now and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Let's see here. There's Marty Barrett. I remember him playing for the 86 Red Sox. Glenn Hoffman, Albert Hall, Denny Walling, Willie Wilson, Joe Sambito, Lance Parrish. Oh man, Lance got the gum. Dang it. Lance Parrish, like I said, one of my favorites to watch back in the day. Doug Frobel, Jose Cruz, Jeff Newman, Mike Young again. Yep. And Neil. Yep. All of them are pretty much the same. It's like clockwork that the cards come in that order. And like clockwork. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody wants to make a joke about that guy's name. Mike Smithson, Brian Harper, Keith Cato, Steve Farr, Bill Caudill, Chris Spire, played for the Cubs, I remember. Doug Corbett, Tom Foley, George Bredigan, Rick Cerrone, Bob Boone, Steve Henderson. 2 cards always stick. Mickey Hatcher, and Tom Pachork. I remember Mickey Hatcher, I think, being instrumental for the 88 Dodgers? I think he was a key player for them in the 88 Dodgers. Put that over there. All right. Rick Manning, Jim Fry again, Bruce Sutter, Rafael Santana, Brent Smith, Holy Mackerel again. Wow. That's two, y'all. And wow. And man, look at that. But it's Richard Dotson. Let's see if anything bled through. I think we're clear. Wow. Yep. I think that's another good one right there. It's a little off-centered from side to side there and stuff. That's still a pretty card and everything like that, for sure. Rockin' Roger Clemens, he did not get inducted in the Hall of Fame. Neither did, nobody did for that matter. Fred Lynn, Bo Diaz, Fernando Valenzuela, Joe Lefebvre, Eddie Milner, and Rich Dower. Yeah, I think that's kind of a joke, the Hall of Fame not electing anybody in. They're going to have to do something about that, in my opinion. I think some people have the wrong kind of control in that. And say who can come and who can't come and everything like that, or be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Rich Gale, George Frazier, Rob Piccolo, Herman Rivera, Ray Knight, Crazy Ray Knight. There, the Franconas, gum card victim, Lee Tunnell. It's Lee Tunnell again, yeah. Butch Winnegar, Goose, Mela, Kiko, Ken, Gene, and Doug again. All right, we're winding down here, y'all. I just want to tell you, it's been a good break for me. I'm happy, so happy. I got two Clemenses. I got a Kirby and I got a McGwire, which we'll show before I sign off here. Mike Lacoste. Man, it just reminded me of Skeletor. Paul Owens, Greg Goss, Buddy Biancalana. I got that right, I think. I mean, that was a tough name to say back in the day. Don Robinson, John Henry Johnson. There's a gum card of Matt Young. I'll get that. Tom Bernansky, Alfredo Griffin, Gary Templeton, Dave Concepcion, Clay Christensen, Dave Anderson, Julio Cruz, Andre Dawson. That guy just scared me. That picture used to scare me when I was a kid. It was like, I don't know. Kid being a kid. All right, Looks like a Team USA card got the gum, unfortunately. Excuse me. Paul Mirabella, Oberkfell, Jerry Nair, and we've gotten some of these already. We'll go over their names again. Who's the gum there? Corey Schneider, the Team USA. Johnny LeMaster, Dave Engel. Donnie Baseball again. Set that aside. I'll set that one aside too. Brett Butler, Terry Whitfield, Tom Nieto, Dan Petrie, and Mike Steinhaus. All right, folks. We got 4 after this. Excuse me. Got a frog or something. All right. Get that over there. There's another Eric. I'm going to set that one aside too.